Can we do a JCS or a cold blue? Ooh, does JCS get me copyrighted though? I'd be totally down for a JCS video. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Son spends $275,000 of dad's money on a virtual girlfriend. There's no shot. JCS won't copyright you? Okay, I mean, I'll be able to see the little alert right up here.
In mid-2018, 29-year-old Grant was unemployed, living rent-free in his parents' guest house in the rural village of Chuliota, Florida. He had not once lived on his own and had recently been kicked out of an anesthesiology school for lack of attendance and also fired from a job as a nurse for stealing medication. It was around that time when he decided to experiment with the relatively new realm of online cam sites.
We are 22 seconds in and they've already roasted the fuck out of this guy. What's his name? I don't even remember.
These platforms differ from regular porn sites in that they are interactive. Instead of watching a pre-recorded video, users can solicit live performances from models in exchange for money. This allows individuals to watch whatever acts they want, but at a price. Using his brother's credit card, he browsed through multiple cam models, spending an average of 20 minutes on each one. Yet it was on the 5th of June when forensics discovered he came in contact with a performer who went by the stage name of Sylvie. And over the following 6 months, Grant would spend over $200,000 of his family's money on this
6
one model.
months?
The entirety of his father's life savings that he had saved up from working as a pharmacist for over 30 years was gone. He had spent $60,000 from his brother's credit card and had also taken a $65,000 loan out on the house. When his family found out, instead of...
Oh my God. We're doing right now, we're watching this JCS video. It's like criminal psychology. How'd they know his average watch time? They probably contacted the website or something.
Calling the police, Grant was sent to a behavioral rehabilitation facility for online porn addiction.
The more we try to run from shame, the stronger it becomes.
When Grant got back from rehab on January 4th, his father presented him with a 2-page list of rules he was required to follow if he wanted to continue living at home. One of the conditions was that he cease all communication with Sylvia immediately, but it took just 3 weeks for the family to discover that he had broken the contract and re-established contact with the model via Twitter. On January 24th, when Chad Amato got home from work, he reportedly confronted Grant over his disregard, and the two of them got into a heated argument which almost turned into a physical altercation. Grant was then kicked out of the house, and for the first time in his life, he was on his own. Shortly before 9 a.m. the next morning, police received a call from Cody Amato's girlfriend, alerting them that he had failed to show up to work that morning and hadn't responded to multiple phone calls. They arrived at the residence at 9:17 a.m., and once knocks on the front door went unanswered, they were able to gain access with a knife via the back entrance. Chad, Margaret, and Cody Amato were all found lying dead on the floor with gunshot wounds to the head from a 9mm handgun. Grant became the immediate prime suspect, as a witness statement from Cody's girlfriend advised police of the confrontation that had occurred the night before, as well as the collection of bizarre circumstances that had led to that point. He was traced to a hotel in Orlando.
You're being cooperative, sir. We appreciate that. Some Seminole County detectives want to talk to you, so we're going to get the handcuffs off of you.
Nothing in your pants, correct?
It's just a normal routine when we encounter someone that we want to make sure you're safe. Now we know you don't have any weapons, we'll get those restraints off of you.
Just a normal routine, as this guy's holding this. Yeah, we were just here to ask you questions. We didn't have any suspicion that maybe you're doing something.
We're confident you've been cooperative, everything's good, so we appreciate that very much. It goes a long ways.
He immediately agreed to accompany them to the police station and sit down for an interview. Reports stated that he wasn't made aware of his family's demise, nor was he advised as to what the purpose of the interview was for. Grant himself didn't once inquire, just reportedly sat silent in the back seat of an unmarked police car, staring out the window for the entire...
Yeah, we won't be watching this whole thing. We're just going to watch...
...their journey to the police station.
That's an airsoft gun? I don't think it's an airsoft gun. I bet that's a real weapon. They're approaching a suspect that they think might have just murdered 3 of his family members. They're not going to bring airsoft guns. Is Twitter broken right now? I think it is, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know anything about guns, but I would imagine... I can't tell by looking at it, but... Oh, CCS is at the point? I mean, it's in their video.
So you gotta walk through coke or anything?
No. I'll hold off on that.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Eva.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm here.
Just to restate, he has not been told, nor given any insinuation as to why he is sitting inside an interrogation room, and has not once inquired himself.
Hey, we really appreciate you coming up here with us, and if any time during this you need to stop and go to the bathroom, want a drink, then just let me know, and we'll be happy to get you. My name is Danny Anderson, and I'm a deputy Seminole County Sheriff's Office at Eva.
The investigator's initial plan is to establish a friendly connection with the suspect, which can often be a highly effective tactical procedure to elicit a more detailed discourse. Yet on this occasion, something seems to get lost in the endeavor, which you'll just have to see for yourself when the time comes. This is one of the most fascinatingly aggravating interrogations to ever be released into the public domain.
So we just want to talk to you a little bit, and we'll get this in and out, be on our way. Okay? Full name?
My full name is Grant Tiernan Amato.
Okay.
What
Is there any special nursing degree, what you do, or?
I have like other certifications.
Uh-huh.
With that, like I primarily worked in the hospital for I think 5 or 6 years. Well, I was accused of grand theft of the third degree back in June of 2018. There was no evidence ever presented.
You weren't wearing the pants for once? I know, right?
I had been applying for jobs for the last couple weeks. I'd gotten like 3 or 4 callbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went on a job interview yesterday for a home infusion nurse job.
What time?
Action Jackson, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Was your interview yesterday?
It was scheduled for 10. I got there at around 9 in the morning. And then I think we actually had the interview at about 9:45.
How'd that go?
It was all good. They didn't have anything. They said that they'd probably be getting back to me by Tuesday or Thursday this coming week.
Get you back to work?
Yeah, because it's a crappy world when you don't have any money, you can't do anything. So
financially, how's the nursing what you did? I'm sorry, I just don't know that much.
It's actually insane. Do we know? We don't know at this point if he's done it, right? Is there a twist coming that like it was somebody else and it wasn't him? Or did he actually do it? We'll find out, I guess.
How does it pay? How does it pay?
If you work your standard 3 12 hours a week, you get anywhere between, I'd say, $45,000 and $55,000 a year. So, it's not bad. I think my best year, I made like $55,000.
55.
Because I rarely worked overtime.
Right.
When I was because I had the whole plan of going to graduate school, so I was just kind of using it as a stepping stone at that time.
Just to pay the bills to get you where you gotta. Gotcha. And what you were going for, what does that pay?
Nurse anesthesia pays, base like about 150 up to 175.
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
High school, where'd you go?
I went to Timber Creek.
How were you raised?
High school and the first 2 years of college, I was A, B, C.
I guess we're gonna have to find out. CCS, I feel like you know.
Major program for UCF.
Yeah. He's uncharacteristically chill and relaxed. Well, here's my perception, right? The way I'm interpreting all this is, again, if we're assuming he's innocent, there's a possibility that he's sitting here not knowing what's happened to his family. And he's been brought in. He doesn't know for what yet. But if he's confident in his innocence, then he can sit here really confidently and just kind of like chill and talk. What's going to make this really creepy is if like he actually did kill 3 members of his family like 3 hours ago. And he's just sitting here chill.
Girlfriends. I had like my high school sweetheart girlfriend for about 5 years. And then ever since then, no like official girlfriends, no flings or anything like that.
The reason he asked, he hasn't asked is why he's there is because he knows why. That's true. That's an interesting question, right? You'd think if you're here in this situation, you'd probably be wondering why.
Dates occasionally. Innocent
people don't just sit calmly in a police station with no information why they're there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like different people are gonna have different reactions to certain shit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm being overly charitable, but at the same time, like we just don't. Who knows? I'm sure you probably did do it given the course of the story, but you know.
But not really.
Anyway, you clickbaited peeps? Are you clickbaited peeps? What does that mean? What up, Cash? How you doing? Oh my god, I just realized I was back 2 hours in the stream. Oh no.
I'm focused on like just getting through the life goals that I wanted to achieve.
What do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I like to watch anime.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what it is.
I mean,
I thought you said MMA. I'm like, okay, and then when you started explaining to it,
I mean, I guess.
Hello, Becca over on Twitch.
Animated.
JCS always mentions how if you're innocent, you would be crying and being uncontrollably asking questions. So now I always notice that. Interesting. Red flag right there.
It's like cartoons, I guess you could say, but it's Japanese cartoons. It is in Japanese, and then they subtitle it. Yeah.
Do you speak Japanese?
I was going to say, do you understand?
I don't. I understand a few words. We actually just went to, me, my brother, and one of my friends, or I guess friends from high school. We went to Japan.
How long have you been out of work?
I've been out of work for 6 months, since June.
How did you pay? That's a lot of money for to be out of work.
My brother.
Oh,
yeah.
Other hobbies, PlayStation, Call of Duty. He's a Call of Duty player. Who would have thunk it? All the psychos play COD.
The game that we really played was Fortnite, but then that was starting to get to like.
That's a big deal right now.
Yeah.
The younger
Kids are all over it.
And actually, yeah, during the time that I was that I wasn't working as a nurse, I tried to do the whole Twitch.
Yeah, collab? Possible collab incoming?
Streaming thing.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No.
You have to explain a lot of this to us.
With Twitch, it's you got your mic and then you have your face cam, and then you basically.
He's a streamer? Oh no.
If people are just watching you play whatever game, you're going to say that you're playing.
Okay.
Twitch, gaming, building PCs.
On virtual reality, it was primarily just Beat Saber, so it's like a rhythm-based game, like Guitar Hero. Apart from that,
he streams on Twitch. Phew,
really
I'm safe.
Too many other games, yeah, because we were kind of just
not in our realm, guys.
Focused on Beat Saber, but I think we had downloaded a few other where it's.
The less sane people usually don't understand the severity of what they did, so they don't feel remorse, leading them to be more calm in these situations. Yeah, maybe.
Just like.
Damn, this monorail is quick. I know, bias. I'm sorry. We were working on one earlier, and it was coming along really sick, and now we're just watching videos.
You're going through like a world, and you can interact with the world or something like that.
Close with your brother Cody? Let's talk about Cody.
Oh, yeah.
You're literally streaming on Twitch right now? Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. But it's not my primary platform.
Yeah. Me and Cody.
Who's older, you or him?
He is. I'm the youngest one. I'm 29. He's 31. Okay. My oldest brother, Jason, is 35 or 36 now.
Uh-huh. Talk about Cody.
Cody. You know, we decided to go to nursing school together. We decided to go.
43 minutes into this interview, and yeah, it's still, I didn't even stop to consider that. It hasn't crossed this guy's mind to ask why he's there yet. 43 minutes in. Is he just going to sit here for the whole time and just chill and chat? Or like, what's he think's going on?
Together. A lot of people thought that it was weird because we did everything together.
Can I just ask what this is? It's a video from a YouTube channel called JCS, which is like criminal psychology. So this guy has done a bad, and we're watching the actual interrogation video.
We were so close, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, a lot of people understand the bond of brothers, though.
Yeah,
the true bond if you're close to your brother.
And I mean, during like this whole time, I mean, kind of like with just a few examples I've given you, he'd take care of everything for me.
It's a great channel, yeah.
Always there to support you.
Always there. Yeah, did everything together, connected at the hip.
And ever any issues really with him?
No, like I was saying, during this last 6 months, it had been a very trying time. He would
still hasn't mentioned the cam model, yeah, sure.
Extremely upset, like you know, he never gets violent, I guess you could say. But like at one point, he got so upset that he like pushed a cabinet and then it like dented into the wall. Yeah, I mean, at least with me, he's always been like where he's there for me, like whatever it takes, regardless of what's happening, I'm gonna take care of it for you.
And that's your mom.
My mom has,
yeah, why is he not asking what's going on? Typical guilty person always reacts all chill like this. Yeah, I didn't even stop to consider that.
It must have been a bizarre sight for the detectives to witness when a man who had just allegedly shot his mother in the back of the head gave a reminiscent smile when she was brought up in the discussion.
She's always been the, it's kind of like Cody, she's always been the one that focused on me, and,
mother was always there for him,
stuck up. Baby? You were truly the family baby?
For my mom.
For she's...
Yeah.
Okay.
For my mom.
They 110% already know it's him. They just need him to make a story, and they will re-ask similar questions later. Do they 100% know, though? I mean, again, I'm just playing, like, I'll be this guy's lawyer, okay? Does he know? Did he do a... Yeah, he did a murderous bad. Yeah. Bad. Family bad.
Mom's favorite?
Yeah. You know, countless times my dad would, like, come up to me and
You'll get his story wrong later, probably. What story has he told, though? I guess the only story that he told was going into that for that job.
Make, like, me feel... Like, he'd try and use things and word things to make me feel guilty so that I would, you know, do everything that I can, like get a job.
Almost like a motivation?
Right. And he'd tell me time and time again that, you know, you're her favorite. I mean, she would do anything for you. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't need to hear that. I mean, that's not what would motivate me.
Sure.
But no, with Mom, I think we yelled at each other a grand total of like 3 or 4 times my whole life. Never any issues. I mean, it was always, like, if there was somebody that I could talk to and, like, Cody wasn't available, I'd always talk to my mom. I'd always let her know what's going on.
Other random questions, I think, are just Phil's just keep him talking. Yeah, they're just trying to get information out of him. They're trying to get information out of him, and they're trying to appear friendly and non-confrontational, right? He's more likely to open up or slip up or say something, but it's been 56 minutes. I don't know. My confusion is he sure talks a lot. I don't know if he's really they just keep asking questions over and over and over again. He's speaking past tense like he knows she's gone. Oh, wait.
I hear that. I mean, that's not...
I didn't even pick up on that.
Me.
Sure.
But no, with Mom, I think we yelled at each other a grand total of like 3 or 4 times my whole life. Never any issues. I mean, it was always... Like, if there was somebody that I could talk to and, like, Cody wasn't available, I'd always talk to my mom. I'd always let her know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, she would help me out through anything.
Okay. Tell me about Dad.
Dad,
what does he do?
Dad's a pharmacist.
What up, Snowy?
He works for CVS.
He low-key kind of cute with that egghead. Jesus.
He's been a pharmacist for, I think, 35 years or so. My dad was a very, like, angry, violent type person.
Overbearing.
I wonder how long they let him go before they finally ask him if he... Yeah, that's my question. Like, doesn't this... I mean, I've watched like maybe 1 or 2 of these videos from this channel in the past. This is a long time to be going. If they have like good, reasonable suspicion, right? They're also wondering why he's not wondering. Are they just icing him at this point? Like, what's the benefit here? Are they still looking for something that he hasn't given them yet? Are they not doing a good enough job at probing? Like, they've been sitting here just talking with this guy about his life for an hour.
Overbearing. You know, like baseball practice, it'd be like 4 or 5 hours, and he's hurling the ball as fast as an adult can, and we're like 7th to 8th grade. Yeah,
I don't think he knows what he's been brought in for. So that's the most weird thing about all this is he's been brought in, unless the narration like really messed up. Well, he wouldn't be having this. He shouldn't be having this normal and calm of a reaction if he knew what happened. So yeah, he's just sitting here. He doesn't know what happened.
Trying to catch this stuff.
Belittle you?
He would belittle me when I was younger. The problem, I guess, was...
He's talking, that's the benefit. They probably won't tell him. Yeah, but he's talking about, like, meaning... The only reason he's talking is because the detective keeps asking him meaningless questions. Like, the detective can keep going with this, like, small talk thing. I'm wondering what this strategy is. Like, I get the strategy to start off, maybe, right, for maybe, like, 20, 30 minutes or whatever. But we're over an hour into this now, and it's just like, oh, you got a favorite sports team? Oh, yeah, you're a baseball fan? Hey, yeah, I'm more of a basketball guy myself. I grew up watching, like what, you know, what's...
I was always like the
So why is this guy getting interrogated? The first 12 minutes of this video, I'll try to summarize. He got really involved with a cam girl over the course of, like, 6 months. Ended up donating her, giving her, like, over $250,000. And... then ended up he went to rehab for like an addiction, like an online porn addiction or whatever, ended up getting sent back home, relapsed and reconnected with the girl. Dad kicked him out. And then he's been living on his own. And then and then like the next day after he got kicked out, all his family was like found dead. So.
Jokester, the one that could...
This is interesting. Are we building the monorail in this guy's head? Okay, guys, I know. We were working on building the monorail. The servers were really glitchy. We built some really cool stuff, and then we decided to watch videos instead. So, yes, I probably should change the title.
Calm everybody down, make everybody smile. If there was a heated situation, I could say a joke or something, and then make everybody kind of move past it. And I was just in the point where it's like, you know, I'm hearing...
They're establishing a relationship with him, making him feel comfortable. Yeah, but that's already been done, though. Like, because, again, I don't know. I'm not the professional, but I've seen a couple of these interrogation videos before from this JCS channel. They're not doing this level of, like, friendly conversation back and forth. If they're really confident that he did something bad, they don't need to do this, like, hour thing.
Dad, I'm seeing how much Cody's helping me. You know, Mom's stressed out with her job. And
if you get a confession, you don't need a trial, right? But they're not asking him. They're just like, so tell me about your job. Tell me about Mom.
Last time your dad put his hands on you?
Detectives know about the altercation from Cody's girlfriend.
The last time my dad put his hands on me would be, I'd say, kind of the middle of December of 2018.
What happened?
It's because, you know,
this is from
with all
2018?
the money
Jesus.
that had been getting spent, and
Just to be clear, the cam
Yeah, the money, all the money that's been getting spent. He hasn't mentioned the camera.
model has not yet been brought up in the discussion. The money being spent in this context would simply be his living expenses.
I guess just a mix of everything that I've been saying, just kind of boiling up in him, and the fact that I was.
What makes it weird is he is there and hasn't been told what happened, and he hasn't asked, right? If he was genuinely curious about why if he was genuinely innocent, he'd be wondering, hey, why have you been sitting here talking to me for an hour, 8 minutes, right?
To him, it seemed like I wasn't concerned about it. So, and then plus I was, you know, I wasn't acting like myself with the jovialness and, you know, all that kind of stuff. My father chose to admit me to like a depression or an addiction clinic or something like that in Fort Lauderdale called Cornerstone.
When was that?
That was December 22nd.
Okay.
Until I think January 4th.
Did you agree to go?
I didn't, but they said that, you know, this was your only.
Who said?
My dad.
Okay.
And that was in Fort Lauderdale?
Yes, yeah.
Did your mom agree with it?
My mom and my brother both agreed, but it was my dad who was like the iron fist, like, this is what's going to happen. Like, you know, he can't.
Why did he say you needed to go? What was his reasoning?
Because.
They know he's a killer. They want to know his whole life. Why? What do they, like... I don't think they do need to know his whole... That's not their job. Their job is to catch people that do bad things and, like, their justice. They're not here to get this guy's life story. He can write a memoir in jail if he wants to. Like,
the way that I
don't know. But they might want to know the why. Yeah, I don't know.
Acting.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is standard. Maybe the standard interviews do go for like an hour or something. I don't know.
He didn't see that I was doing anything for like the positive. You know, and a lot of it just came back to money with him. He would like allow me to spend money that he had, like with his credit card or something like that. But it's like then whenever I did, it was like a huge problem.
Okay, so you had one of his credit cards.
Yeah.
And what were you buying with it?
Well, what I was doing is over the past 4 months or something like that, I've been talking to this woman online.
Who's she?
She's as embarrassing as it is. She's a cam model.
A what?
A cam model. Do
All right.
either of you guys know what that
Nope.
is?
Just like all the videos, you have to tell us.
A cam model, it's like they.
That's what they do know. Of course, come on. Yeah, and of course that's just part of the interrogation tactic. The more they can get him to talk and explain what it is, right?
It's like a virtual girlfriend, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Like that type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the money went to her.
Okay. Where's she at?
She lives in Bulgaria.
Where?
Bulgaria.
Where's that?
Over in Europe. It's like
Okay.
outside of Germany.
Okay.
Something like that.
You ever been there?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't that serious.
So
Okay.
what would you give her money for?
Just for like the time online with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was just like that type of thing.
And what did she charge?
$600 for like 5,000 or something tokens or something like that. So, and then it was 4 hours a night. So I mean that's basically just
Bulgaria's in Russia?
Went to.
I have no idea where it
You
is.
pay real money for the tokens, then you use the company's digital currency for that.
So you do that, and when did you meet her?
I met her.
So it's like buying V-Bucks. It's just like buying V-Bucks and then spending it in the item shop. We all do that, guys, right? What's so weird is he hasn't been told. Right.
At the beginning of July. Yeah, at the very beginning of July.
Okay, and still talking to her?
Still, yeah. I mean, more just on like Twitter,
Okay.
like just through direct messaging. Again, cell phone service doesn't work, so it's like I can't use the chatting like that.
How much do you think you spent on this? Because it seems kind of pricey.
Yeah, probably close to like $200,000. I'd say.
$200,000?
Yeah.
And where'd the money come from?
Money came from me, my brother, and then my dad.
Did they know where the money was going to?
They didn't know that it was going to a cam model.
What'd you tell
I
them?
was saying that it was going towards my Twitch streaming, like
Beginning stuff.
like advertising, like putting my name out there and that type of thing. So I guess to like bring it all back with why I was brought to Cornerstone. It was a mix.
So does that lead? I wonder what the revenue splits are on a website like that. Does that? I mean, I doubt he spent $250,000 on just $200K on just one individual girl, right? Or maybe he did. I wonder how much she makes of that. Because I bet those platforms are probably pretty predatory too. I imagine those platforms probably don't give great creator splits. Although I don't know. I don't know what the competition looks like in a space like that. Maybe a ton of these sites exist. I don't know.
Those things.
It's a lot of money.
Felt like,
what are we watching? It's a JCS video. It's criminal psychology. This guy has committed a bad. He has eliminated some family, and they're pretty sure he did it. He's now being interrogated, though. He's sitting here. They have not told him what he's been brought in for, and he's been talking to them for an hour, 13 minutes. And he spent $250,000 on a cam girl that he never met. So all around W. Bulgaria broke away from Russia, was a part of Russia a long time ago. Yeah. Bad.
He felt like.
Yeah, maybe unfortunately, Ben. That's true. That might be true too.
And
what was that?
It's like he felt like, you know,
what does eliminated mean, Henis? I'm talking in YouTube code, okay? You know what it means, Gavin.
He felt like
You need to be grounded.
Yeah. And so then I was
29-year-old man being
there,
grounded.
You know, I spoke to like the therapist and psychiatrist.
Did they
and all
respawn?
stuff, and,
I don't think they respawned. Yeah.
They had analyzed it as this is an isolated event. You've been out of work. You have this PTSD from the whole getting arrested thing. And I mean, the last thing on my record was, I think, a speeding ticket back when I was at UCF. They had signed me up, I think, to be there for 60 days, but then I was only there until January 4th. So
who paid for that?
My brother, Cody.
What was the cost of that, you know?
$15,000.
So their final diagnosis of you was what?
That I was fine. That
didn't need to be there.
Yeah. That I was fine. I told them all about like my living situation and how it had been stressful, and then it got better, and then now it's just stressful again. But
must have forgot their reboot cards. Yeah, they must have expired.
Right. When I got back, that's where my dad started to get really kind of overbearing, and I mean rightfully so. I know what I did, but it's like with him, it was every single day, hours a day. Hours a day. He'd come home from work, and then he would just talk to me just about the same exact thing over and over and over and over and over again.
I think the most chilling part about, like, I don't know, I know this is like freaky to say out loud, but it's a weird thing to acknowledge. I feel like whenever we think of like crazy people out there in the world, we put a stereotype on somebody that like looks a certain way or acts a certain way who's crazy. Assuming this guy actually did do it, which seems like he did, it's like a little unnerving how like chill he is, right? Like you could, if like this guy could do this and then you would just run into him on the street and have a conversation and you'd have no idea, right? You know what I mean? Like that's like there's a perception, right? Like if you're crazy enough to do a certain thing, then you must like then you must give off this certain energy, and he just doesn't. You know what I mean? Like if we were just dropped into this, imagine we didn't give any of the pre-context that this video gave, and we were just dropped into this interrogation interview, we'd have no idea what's going on. You'd have no idea. This guy knows what he's there for, right? Most likely because he hasn't asked, and it's been an hour, 16 minutes. Yeah, it's crazy.
When was the last time that you and your dad did have, a heated conversation?
It would be Thursday, because one of his rules was that I wasn't allowed to talk to the woman anymore that I had been talking to.
Oh, 2 days ago. Wow, so he went a day. Okay, yeah.
But I guess you could say behind the scenes, my mom would let me talk to her through her cell phone using Twitter. So yeah, anyways, on Thursday...
I wonder if that's true. He was truthful about the amount of money. I wonder if that was true. I wonder if his mom was kind of like on his side about this whole thing. Doesn't seem impossible.
He had apparently found out.
I don't think they said anything about that at the beginning, right? The narration.
Speaking to her again. You know, it wasn't really my intention to
Laquito, the follow H-bot on Twitch is broken.
continue talking to this
Yeah, the dad, the mom, and the brother.
woman, but it just kind of happened. And then because there was like that emotional connection, I guess you could say, between her and me, like
There was an emotional connection. Yes. Yes, there was. You had the emotional connection. She was emotionally attached to your money.
it felt like a relationship, you know. I didn't want to just stop cold turkey on it.
So Thursday, you're home all day
Yes.
with your mom. She works at home.
Correct, yes.
Your dad's at work. What's his normal work hours?
He works until, I think he had to go in early that day.
Did you know he was using past tense in the language? Like, was he? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, how he seemed to be talking past tense when his mom got brought up, yeah.
Like doing overtime or something.
Someone had to be helping him. How do you take a loan out on someone else's home? His mom had to help with that. I don't know. If you're able to get the right information or the right credentials or IDs or something, I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Did he take out a loan to give to this girl? Is that true? And is every cam girl's attached to the money? Well, if that's their business, right? I imagine so.
Something like that. And he normally works, though, from like 5.
Yeah, right. I get what you're saying, though. There's not like, yeah, I doubt there's, I mean, I'm sure there's been some cases where like a relationship has actually formed out of a situation like that, but
I think he gets home between like 5:30 and 6 at night or something like that.
What time did you get home that night?
He got home at like 5:30, and then he came in and
an hour and a half in
Palmer State,
and he doesn't know. Well, they haven't told him why he's in.
Basically, the leading question of, you know, why do you think we're about to have this conversation? Giving me, I guess, that opportunity to be honest and truthful, to maybe tone it down a little bit. I, of course, did what I always did, where I kind of didn't admit to it. And then he came out and he told me that I had been doing that.
I can't wait to see his reaction. Yeah.
Have an argument?
Yeah. He kind of, you know, pulled me up from the couch, and then he was yelling at me to pack my shit up and just get out of the house. That he was the one who had to be the hammer, and that, you know, why am I making him have to go through this, and all this other kind of stuff.
Okay.
I had my argument, and then I'm packing my stuff. I'm, you know, taking it out to the car. It took me like a couple hours to get as much as I could, just kind of out into there. So I left. And then
what time do you think you left about?
Oh, God. 9 or 9:30 or so.
He goes on to state that he met up with his brother soon after on the side of the road.
And what was the conversation?
Conversation was basically that he was brought up to speed, you know, and that he would take care of it.
He was brought up to speed by what?
This is Grant attempting to frame his brother for a double murder-suicide. You will see this quote brought up repeatedly from this point forward.
He was brought up to speed on, like, why I'm out here.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, so she talked to him?
Yeah.
He told you that Mom had talked to him?
Right.
Do you think that's why Cody left work?
According to Grant, Cody had left work a few hours early to meet up with him on the side of the road. Cody had indeed left work early, yet it wasn't to meet up with Grant. It was later proven that while Margaret Amato was sitting at the computer sipping on a glass of red wine, Grant shot her in the back of the head. He then lay in wait for his father to return to the house, then shot him twice in the head as he entered the kitchen. Cody then received a text from his father's number, asking him to come home urgently. Forensics believed that he was very likely pleading for his life soon after he entered the front door. He was found by police with a gunshot wound to the face, lying in the fetal position. His credit card was stolen, with a purchase made to a campsite for $600 and estimated 30 minutes later.
I mean, in my mind, I was just thinking, oh, he had been let off work early like three times already this week. So
Jesus Christ.
Talk to Cody.
Right.
You have a conversation, and he...
This dude has such little financial literacy that he gave a random woman $200K and he calls her his girlfriend.
Right.
And you leave.
And then I stay in that general area just so that
if
anything
can stop.
happens, somebody like knows where I am. Yeah, I mean, I was staying in that general area, and then I decided to go
to Publix.
He just referred to the Publix supermarket parking lot. This is where he used the free Wi-Fi to log on to the campsite with his dead brother's credit card.
Which was about what time?
Like, between like midnight and 1, I think. Yeah.
And you go to Publix midnight 1, and how long did you stay there till?
I stayed there until like 7.
Drives around, gets food, checks in the hotel, goes to sleep.
Slept there last night. Talked to anybody?
I
When did this happen? I think this is like, I think they were talking 2018, right? So this is like 5 years old.
So you get Twitter. Yeah. On Twitter, so you have to pay for it.
I'll change the name of the stream.
Respond back to you?
I think once.
The discussion is then brought back to his last meeting with Cody.
And then when you left Cody, what did he say he was going to go do?
Cody said that he will take care of it.
Take care of what?
Just the situation that was at hand with whatever he had been updated with from my mom.
Did he tell you what he was updated?
He had told me the reason why, like, I had been kicked out. But he really didn't give me that much dialogue, like, about that situation. You know, he was...
No way, public Wi-Fi in a grocery store parking lot to get your rocks out there has to be a better place. I mean, think about if you're in this guy's shoes, right? You might be too weirded out to stay at home, right? Even if you're psycho enough to like separate these events. So where else do you go? You can't really go to a library, so you just go sit in a parking lot where you've got some privacy in a car. I don't know. I mean, what else do you do?
He was miffed a little bit because, you know, he had just gotten off work and now he has to go deal with this.
But what was your demeanor? Like, what did Cody see you as? Like, were you
like scared?
Upset?
Yeah, like I was scared because, I mean, like I said, it's the first time that I had been out of the house.
We've come and talked to you.
Okay.
You rode up here voluntarily with us to talk to us.
The detective will now initiate the first confrontation.
Yeah.
Why do you think we're having this conversation?
I honestly don't know, but I'm pretty freaked out at this point because, you know, it's, I mean, I know, like, how the situation was when I left.
You're now about to see the lead interrogator's attempt at getting Grant to confess, in a manner so blatantly obvious that the suspect immediately sees through it.
As a child, we're told the truth always is the best thing to do, correct?
Correct.
You agree with me?
Yeah.
And accidents happen, and things in the heat of the moment, things happen that we wish hadn't happened, but I do it myself sometimes. My kids will make me so aggravated, I'll snap at them and then walk away and say, wow, I wish I would not have done that. That was not very adult of me to snap at my child for something. Yes, they're wrong, but I should be the adult and not snap at them.
Right.
Tell me what you think, because I can tell I've done this for a long, long time, and I read people, the way they act, and the way they talk to me, and the way they answer questions. There's something you want to tell us. I can see it in your eyes, I can see it in your body language, and just the way you act. Now's the time. Now's the time. If there's something you want to get off your chest and give us an explanation of what's bothering you, now is the exact time to do it. And I'm giving you that opportunity right now to tell me something you want to get off your chest. It's there. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your eyes.
You kept out about that night.
You're upset about it. You've been that since we've talked to you. I can see there's something been bothering you. Even though I don't know you from Adam's house, can't you see things in people that something's really bothering this guy? It's not that, you know, I spent a bunch of money I shouldn't have on this girl. So be it. You did. It's over with. Money can be made back. Something's bothering you.
I'm just worried about what is all transpiring from this.
I think at this point right now, to be honest with you, Grant, you know what it is. It's in your eyes. Your eyes is the view to your soul, and it's in your eyes. And
what is this editing?
It sounds stupid, and people don't believe it. Like I told you out there in the car, did I not tell you? You may not like what I say, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth every time, because I can walk in front of anybody in God and say, I don't care, I told him the truth.
And we usually know answers before we ask it.
Right.
Me and Eva knew everything before.
I love how I don't know. I'm about to ask you. So, do you guys think he can actually tell? Because I don't know if I buy that. I think it's just another interrogation tactic. Do you think he's actually sitting there? Like, here's how I would be really convinced. If you could have this guy sit down and have an hour-long conversation with 10 different people, and if you could pick out which one has actually done something bad, that would actually convince me, right? But he's got beyond reasonable suspicion at this point to know that this guy actually did it. You really think that he can? Or do you think this is just such an awesome manipulation tactic to get this guy to open up his mouth, right? I think it's just an interrogation tactic. I don't think this guy actually has any idea. I mean, like, he's been, who knows, he's been doing it for a long time, right? I think just being told, doing it for a really long time, I can see it in your eyes. I know you've got something you want to say, blah, 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 and you just make him feel like, because then the other thing too is he could spill something that they haven't even brought him in for, right? He could just be like, oh, fuck, you're right, I did steal my neighbor's mail. And they're like, well, okay, well, we got you down for that now too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
We ask you the questions. Now's the time to come to Jesus, be honest, because you're holding something back. I can see it in your eyes. People don't believe that the police will help you, but we are actually here to help you with issues you may have.
I don't think that's...
I think and...
it's both. He knows, but they want him to admit for the trial. Right. Oh, yeah, they want him to talk. They want him to say it. But yeah, again, I would be convinced if you could line this detective up in front of like 10 different people and if he could figure out which ones actually did something bad.
You don't want to tell us, but right now is the time to get it off your chest. And I really wish you would, because it will make you feel better in the end.
I genuinely don't have anything else that I can say about the night or, the periods of time afterwards.
There's only one...
Yeah, he still hasn't asked for a lawyer. To what?
Make that good impression. And if we've done something we shouldn't have done, you fess up there. You get caught your hand in a cookie jar.
Detective Dan's approach here is so incredibly outdated and predictable that it actually seems to boost the suspect's confidence. It's the detective, in fact, who gives off a nervous disposition. He'll begin stumbling over his own words while simultaneously mixing up his analogies, which never made a great deal of sense to begin with.
You do it. Now,
is there anything else that happened at the house that you didn't tell us, that you've left out, or we haven't asked you, that would be of importance? Or during the time that you drove around for those few hours? Did you ever really go back to the house that you haven't told us about?
You'll also notice the female detective interject with something useful every now and then. But unfortunately, she's not the one leading this interrogation. That would be the detective who keeps bringing up Jesus, to a guy who just murdered his family to go jerk off in a parking lot to a Bulgarian cam model.
I know.
Hey, man, listen, I think it's time that you just throw in the towel, have your come to Jesus moment, put your hand on the Bible, and tell us the truth. Because I can see it in your eyes. You're a man of God, and you don't want to lie to God, right? Lying is a sin. Nobody wants to do that shit. And because I'm a police officer, I am God. So tell me what you did. Just be honest. Just be honest. There's no need for, You could fucking hear it in the narration, bro. He's like, are you fucking kidding me?
She's not the one leading this interrogation. That would be the detective who keeps bringing up Jesus, to a guy who just murdered his family to go jerk off in a parking lot to a Bulgarian cam model.
You can hear the frustration in his voice. Because this motherfucker who puts together these videos has probably sat through hours, hundreds of hours of interrogation footage to put together these videos.
Things that you don't know. And honesty will get you all the things I could do for you. Be honest, I can't deal with someone who lies to me,
right?
But I'll deal with someone and help them till the end, no matter what. Believe it or not, that's just me, and she'll tell you. It's what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say if I can do something that can help you, I'm going to help you, because every one of us make mistakes and do things we shouldn't have done in the heat of the moment to protect ourselves or to protect somebody else. It happens. Now's the time. Now is the time.
So what do you think happened?
To be honest.
I think that there was something that obviously happened at the house.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I know better. Listen to me. I know better. I can help you, Grant, with honesty. I can help you with honesty.
We think something else happened before you left the home.
How unbelievably moronic would you have to be at this? So he knows. Everybody in this room knows the giant elephant is that he actually did it, right? This guy doesn't benefit at all from admitting anything. And this guy's doing a horrible job at what does honesty get you at this point? What does honesty get you?
that you're either afraid of or embarrassed to talk about. But we need to know exactly what happened, because like Danny said, we can place you there at certain times.
A plea deal? I don't think you get a plea deal just for being honest. I don't think they give you like, oh, well, he fessed up to it. So like, does that really happen? I feel like that's just a tactic to get you to talk. Right? Like if you bring in a guy that committed the most egregious of crimes and he just admits to doing it, does that mean he gets less time? I don't think that's how it works. I don't think.
And so we need to know what happened before you left that house, because you didn't leave with everything being okay.
I honestly, I don't have anything else that I can really say. I mean, I don't know.
Do you even know why law enforcement got involved? Like what brought us to that home?
No.
Once you start telling me something that's truthful that I know, then we're going to have a conversation of exactly what happened.
I mean, you're a smart guy. You know something's happened at your home. You have law enforcement here. You haven't heard or gotten any emails from your family.
I'm just scared as to what the answer is.
Well, you need to help yourself by filling in the blanks of what happened that night so we can give you the answer.
I haven't seen enough of these videos to know if this is really egregiously bad or not on the detective's part, but it's like, yeah, this guy's demeanor, he's leaning forward, he's engaged, he doesn't seem intimidated at all. He's just honest. He's very calm. Like he's just like, he's like, clearly you guys know something. I think you should tell me.
Did anything more happen with you and your father besides him grabbing you up from the couch and yelling at you and kicking you out? Anything at all? Did he harm you, hit you?
No.
Draw any weapons on you?
No, he didn't do anything like that.
The detective was like, fuck. Hold on, let me bring up Jesus again.
I mean, he was just yelling.
This is the time to come to Jesus, to be honest. Because you know more. I'm looking.
I pre-watched this fucking video, guys. I'm gonna tell you. He's been sitting here for 2.5 hours. Some of the detectives are insanely good. There's where if the guy didn't point out their techniques, would have never been noticed. Yeah.
Your eyes tell me exactly that you are hurting inside. I get it, brother. I get it. You're hurting.
And this is the only time we can help you.
Because once we get to a certain point, there's nothing I can do. It's
what could they do now? What could they do now that they couldn't do in 30 minutes?
You get caught stealing a car, you admit to it, I get it. How can I get help? What can be done to help me? And let me tell you the rest of my story. You're holding back.
And if something happened that you were defending yourself, then we need to know that. If you were protecting yourself because you were in fear, then that makes sense.
See, that's a good pivot. I think that's a good tactic, right? Because that opens up the door for him to admit it, but try to frame it as a...
We need to know exactly what happened for you to protect yourself.
You can't minimize this. Once, a wise man told me one time, once a bomb goes off, you can't defuse it.
I love this guy.
The detective's wise man friend was clearly a specialist in nuclear fusion, yet most people would already comprehend that a bomb can no longer be defused once it has exploded.
You can't. It's already out there. Now is the point to say, how do I put Band-Aids on myself to minimize the injuries I have? And we're giving you that opportunity. I want to give you the opportunity. I don't think you're a bad guy at all. I really don't.
The male detective will now for some reason focus on Grant's flaws and the overwhelming embarrassment of the cam girl situation, which is basically the exact opposite of what he should be doing. He seems to get confused about what he's trying to achieve here. He carries a sympathetic tone while essentially roasting the ever-loving shit out of the suspect.
I think you're going through a very stressful and emotional time right now with being out of work and just dealing with all the problems with the arrest. You're probably not used to depending on somebody to pay all your bills. So now you have to do mom and dad or have to give you money. Cody's having to give you money. And there's a significant debt to people. $200,000, I don't know what I do. I mean, mortgage, yeah, I get it, or something like that, or a medical bill for my child, yeah, I get it. But talking to some girl, in Bulgaria, You know, you hit it right on the head. You were embarrassed about it, and you have nothing to be embarrassed about. Here it is, man. I want to help you. She want to help you. You gotta come to me with the truth now, because I already know the truth.
Guys, I'm gonna open up a $500 tier membership tier on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna go live every day. Oof, just for that $500 tier, and I will do anything. Patrick Starr, thanks so much for becoming a member of the channel, man. I appreciate that. Patrick, enjoy your badge, your emotes, and your immunity to slow mode, good sir. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Name it after him. Yeah, we'll call it the Bulgarian level.
There's a reason you didn't go back to the house. There's a reason why you haven't tried to reach out. I mean, it's
Hi, I'm live streaming. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. Guys, be quiet. Be quiet. Patrick, thank you so much for the $20 donation, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Patrick, with a $20 donation. Thank you so much, my guy. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Guys, can we get some hype for Patrick in the chat? Thank you, brother. Appreciate that love, man.
glad you haven't heard from anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Make a tier for $250,000 called Cam Girl. I wish I could. The highest tier I can make on YouTube for a membership is $500.
words that, like, I can't think of to even say. Like,
yeah, exactly. I'm taking notes on what not to do.
How to even
We need gifted members for Roxy and Becca. Yeah, they both lost theirs. Feels bad.
say the words.
Well, give me a roundabout what you're thinking.
That somebody in my family's dead.
And how does that make you feel if you're thinking that?
I have
Thank you again. Oh my god, no way Reese actually did it. I didn't think it was actually to do it. Reese, gifting 5 memberships to the channel. Reese, thank you so much, man. Giving one to Ben, Nephilim, Tris, Calvin, and Alexander. Reese, thank you so much, man. That's so nice of you. Thank you for the 5 gifted members. Let's go. Let's go. Reese, thank you so much, man. Hearts in chat. Reese is such an angel. Reese is such an angel. Thank you, Reese. You're insane, man.
absolutely no
W. Reese. Reese with that W. Riz.
ability to comprehend the words. Because, like I said, I've been there for my whole entire life. And even though there's been struggles and everything like that, there has never been any issues.
Reese.
There's never been the struggles or the issues like happened Thursday. Never for you. I believe you 100%. I believe it's never been like that.
What was that noise? You guys just hear that shit? Reese with another gifted. Thank you so much, Reese. Gifting one to Gigan. Is that how you pronounce that name? Den, Neville, Wolf Kid, and Fook. Reese, thank you so much, man. With 10 gifted members. We now have 20 new members today. Reese, I appreciate that so much, bro. You're an absolute legend, Reese. Thank you for the love and support, my guy. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Hearts in chat for Reese, man. What an absolute god. Reese is a god. Thank you so much, Reese. Thank you, my man. Guys, can we get, you know what? I'm going to give some hearts in chat for Reese. Thank you so much. All right, I gotta see this through, dude. What's happening to this guy?
Something happened Thursday, unlike anything you've ever experienced in 29 years of your life. Never.
And maybe you felt that was rock bottom for you. You were getting kicked out of the house. Your father gave you an ultimatum. I mean, that's...
The female detective will now carry out what the male detective was probably trying to do a few minutes ago. She will afford him justifications for the crime, making the gravity of admission less intimidating.
You know, you're already dealing with the debt, and, you know, now you have to stop talking to this girl, and now you're being kicked out of the home. I mean, that's... I can understand how you would feel. I mean, that you'd want to lash out, or...
Isn't it so much more like, I know it's a different type of like manipulation and sort of like poker facing, but like we can sit here and we can talk about how like it's creepy that this guy can emit such egregious acts and then sit here with a straight face, right? And obviously the gravity of what he's doing is so gross, but then also to have them sit here with like this very tactical, non genuine conversation, like isn't like it's a different level of like unnervingness, but it's like, it's still unnerving. You know what I mean? It's like still like uncomfortable. Blake, thank you so much for the gifted membership, bro. Giving one to Blexy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Blake. God damn, with the gifted members, guys. R.I.P. Roxy and Becca. Jeez, unbelievable. You guys are the new Javier's. Javier's gonna get one before you guys, which means you guys aren't getting shit. I don't think the woman could understand how the guy feels. What do you mean? If he can talk this calm after a murder, anyone can. Or wait, isn't it like, I don't know. It's my birthday in like 45. Everyone be nice to me. Yo, Roxy. In 45. Oh, are you on the West Coast, Roxy? Hey, well, happy early birthday to you, man. Boom roasted. Yo, Blake with another gifted membership, giving one to Gabriel. Hold on, I'm gifting one too. Now I want to gift one to Javier so bad. I want to gift one to Javier so bad. Blake, thank you so much for another gifted, bro. I really appreciate that. Let's go, Blake. Let's go, Blake. Blake gifting one to Gabriel, and prohenis gifting one to Squirtle. What's your GFuel code? Henis, just Henis. All one word. This is nuts, guys. This is actually a crazy interview.
You know, if something happened, you'd want to defend yourself.
Sure. Absolutely.
But we need to know what happened.
I mean, I can tell that you guys are like leading me into a certain way of what.
The only thing we're leading you to is wanting to get the truth from you. Not trying to make you say something that's not true, that's not accurate. The truth, the end. That's it. That's all we want is the absolute truth.
I genuinely don't have anything else.
The number keeps going down, yeah.
What transpired during the nighttime.
So when you left your house, everybody was fine.
Yeah.
And when you left Cody,
everything was fine.
Yo, Pleasant.
We got called to the house.
Oh. She's about to say why they got called to the house. Pleasant, thank you so much for the gift, bro. Sim also gifting one? Okay, guys, let's relax. Rick got a gift membership, and Chloixia got a gift membership. Thank you guys so much. Hey, if any of you guys are new here, by the way, and you haven't already, tap on the gift membership icons right at the top of chat. Any of those 1 gifted, or maybe the 5 gifted from Reese. If you see a button pop up that says allow gifts, make sure to press that. Thank you all so much. Let's get some pro hypes in the chat. Thank you, guys. All the members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the love so much. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we are going to start losing a lot of members because we started gaining a bunch of members and went on this huge streak on the 19th of last month of like November. So yeah, $500 membership, heck of a deal. Let me go steal some money from my parents to take their second mortgage out of their house and send money to a stranger I watch on the internet. Hey, bro, no different. I just need to get this guy obsessed with me, bro. That's all it is.
So
everything was fine.
Okay, let's see what she says. What's up, Caesar?
Well, we got called to the house because Cody didn't show up to work.
Oh.
So law enforcement goes over there, and can you tell us what we found?
No, the only thing that I was told was that Cody would take care of it for me. And that's all that I know.
So if anything happened in the home, to bring law enforcement there, what would you think happened?
That there was a shooting.
Between whom?
I don't know. Between Cody and my dad.
And why would you think that?
To protect me, or to help me, or to do something with me.
So you're telling me you did not shoot Cody,
No.
your father, or your mother?
No.
Two hours and 37 minutes in, guys. Did you shoot your family? Nope. Well, shit. What has the whole last 2.5 hours been for? Jesus Christ.
No.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't know, like, what more I can say.
Well, when law enforcement arrived, that's what they found. So you're the only outstanding child. You're the one that's been having problems with your dad. You're the one that we
here comes the full confrontation now. Let's just fucking unload on this motherfucker now.
For 2 days. Do you understand now why we would be questioning you about this?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't, like, I mean, I wouldn't be saying like all like I don't know the way to. I don't know like what to even say.
So if anything happened in the home, you believe it would be Cody and him?
Yes. Because I was. I mean, I don't have access to anything.
We know that Cody didn't shoot your dad. We know Cody didn't shoot your mom.
What?
We know Cody didn't shoot himself. There's something.
And you still haven't asked us the condition of them or anything.
That's because I mean, I don't know what the normal proceedings are, but
The normal proceedings are for you to be honest about what happened.
And then we help you understand everything that's going to go on from here on out, of what our responsibilities are.
And we don't believe you're being honest. We feel that you are leaving something out about what happened in that home. And the evidence tells us what happened in the home. But you need to fill in the blanks.
They're really bad at this whole like yeah, all the evidence is right there in the home. We know exactly what happened because we know your brother didn't do it. We know your mom didn't do it. Everyone's dead. Yeah. So we know all these people didn't do it. But we need you to fill in the blanks of what we still don't know.
The suspect's composure was finally starting to slip. This was the perfect moment to draw out the silence to see how he'd respond to the pressure.
Here's my...
Here's the thing, bro, okay? Ever since I was a kid, I was always told honesty is the best policy, all right? And you seem like a man of God. I can see it in your eyes. All you've got to do is just be honest with us about what happened in the house.
My hand for honesty. I am an honest guy. I'm going to be honest. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to be honest to the very last day that I deal with you. And then when this investigation begins, I'm going to the next person to be honest with them. I can only do so much with honesty. Honesty.
So what are you not telling us? What happened at that home that you know?
Jimmy.
Did you leave the house with your brother Cody looking like that?
Jesus.
Or did you leave the house with your father looking like that?
Oh, Jesus.
Or your mother? Is that how you left your family?
No.
Nobody else went into that house.
Who left your family like this? If you were the one that's been depressed, you were the one that owes money, you were the one that got into a confrontation with your father, who did this to your family? If you were trying to defend yourself or something else happened, we need to know now.
The female detective does an excellent job at affording him the option to admit to a lesser infraction, which in this case is self-defense. She provides the option while simultaneously building pressure. It's a textbook maneuver, and she does it very well.
To help you. So tell us what happened, Grant. We're here to listen to you.
Grant, you need the truth. We're here to make this right. You got to tell us.
She's like, please shut up, please shut up.
Get that.
Did your father go after you and you try to protect yourself?
No, I didn't do any of this.
Hey, I know. Video surveillance tells me everything that happened this night. I'm telling you. Of people that you'd be surprised who in your neighborhood has video. And I know that there's only 4 people at this house during this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me. You got to tell me, man. You got to tell me. Get over that hoop. The video. If you're sitting there saying no, and video shows something else, guess what? Big problem. Because
if they have video, they're not sitting here questioning him. That's the other thing too. If they have video proof that he did a thing, they're not sitting here questioning him for 3 hours.
It will wind up later on that you can't get any help from anybody. A lot of this, what people make decisions on, is honesty. Was somebody honest? Didn't fire a gun.
I can't wait to read the comments.
None of them did.
I can't wait to read the comments on this
Cody
video.
did not go
Or did your father point a gun at you?
No, there's nothing else that I can say.
Your emotions, your demeanor, your body language, your eyes tell me everything I need to see about you. You want to tell me in the worst way. You want to get this pain off your chest. Do it.
I mean, there's just nothing else that I can say.
So your dad had told you in the past before
He's playing solitaire on his phone now. He's watching TikTok.
that he would kill you?
Right.
For what? So your dad had told you in the past before that he would kill you?
Right.
For what reason?
For if I basically did anything related to this, again, costing him a lot of money.
And Cody knew about that?
Right.
So when did you learn that your family was dead?
I had been worried since last night when I was just in the hotel, but I knew when you guys...
What's a bad slip up right there?
I mean, like, I knew...
He's Googling interrogation tactics.
You already knew, though.
But I had...
You already said, you knew.
At any point, did you feel like you needed to reach out to Cody and see if he was okay, or?
I just didn't want to call anywhere. I just didn't want to know.
We understand your father was abusive, and we understand that he was the asshole. And if he threatened you, that he was going to kill you when you came back, you were probably in fear, were you not? So did your brother come home to try and defend you, and then this gunfight happened, and you got so scared that you left?
This version of events would obviously clear Grant of any wrongdoing. The detective is hoping he takes the bait so that he changes his story, and can then be placed under arrest for lying to police.
No, I mean, I had left when I had said that I had left.
I just don't know where else to go to get you to come around, because it does
He's Googling more honesty quotes. Honesty's the best policy. Sinners go to hell. Yeah, he's going to check out the cam girl site to see if it's worth it.
Logistical sense of what you're telling us. It doesn't. If these two got in a shooting, we would know. We would know they shot each other. We'd know that.
But why Mom?
Things just got so bad and out of hand, like never it's been before in your life. Never been here before in your life, or your family's life. He's pissed. His future, his retirement, his plans are being upset by you because of the financial cost. I would almost bet this is just a horrible, bad incident that on any other day wouldn't happen. But you and me both know, as does she, what happened that night.
But we need you to fill in the blanks.
I don't have the answer for anything else.
Okay. This is the last time before I'm going to walk out now, and then I'm done. And I'm done for good. When I'm done, I'm done.
When I'm done, I'm done. And you want to know how I know? Want to know how you believe me? Oh, he can't be detained.
Do you not feel bad for doing this to your family?
I mean, I've been getting blamed for the last half a year for everything, and I've been trying
Is he gonna
to move
leave?
forward into a positive.
Is he going to leave the police station?
And then every day I'm reminded of all the trouble that I had caused. And then I keep being told the same thing over and over again, but there's nothing that I can do to change it.
Do you regret doing this to each one of your family members?
I didn't do that to each one of them.
Here, you sit in my seat for a minute. Sit in my seat. Get out of it. Here, sit right here. Come here. Sit right here. Get out of that seat. Sit right there for me.
The suspect still isn't sitting in his seat.
Two things that happened here today. Two things. You're a guy swimming out in the middle of the ocean, and we're going to give you one of two things based on you.
Okay, hold on. We're going to give you one of two things based on you. All right, one's going to be a life jacket. What's his analogy here? Fuck, what's his analogy? I want to predict it. Okay, we're either going to give you a life jacket, a life vest, a lifeline to help you stay afloat, right? Or we're going to tie an anchor to your feet and let you drown. It's up to you. You just gotta tell us the truth. Okay.
You can have a life preserver to keep from drowning, or you get the boat anchor.
Oh, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's fucking go, bro. I'm a detective, guys. Okay. All of you take notes. I pre-watched this video before the live stream. Okay. I just spent all of today watching this video, remembering every single line and every single word, so I know exactly what to say.
Which one do you want? Because we will give you whichever one you ask for. The life preserver, the boat anchor.
No, I want the life preserver that I've said everything that I can.
You want it, and I believe you do, but you have not said everything you can say. But there will be a time where you ask for that life preserver. I can't give it to you. I can't. Once I cross a line I gotta step over, can't do it. Won't do it. Think about that. I want to talk to her for a minute. Think about the last life preserver I can give you. Think about it.
You're on the Titanic.
To reflect on it, and then we'll come back to you in a couple of minutes, and then we'll go from there. And what happens is what happens. Fair enough?
How many minutes was that?
And what happens is what happens.
Okay, so it's like 3:45 when they leave. Okay, so about 10 minutes, yeah.
You alright, Graham? You okay? Need some food, some water? You good to stay for a while longer? You okay?
I mean, I just don't have anything more that I can say. I don't know what the next...
I'm not keeping you. If you want to stay, well, I'll talk to you till whatever, till you're happy with everything and you're okay. You're not detained. You're not being kept here. Don't want to be here. You don't have to be here.
Wow.
And I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay. Give me a minute. We'll get you out of here. What we'll do is we'll get you up somewhere. I'll give you my card, my phone number. If you want to talk to me, you're more than welcome to call me. And we'll move forward from there. Fair enough? Any questions of me before I go?
Life jacket?
Before we walk out. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Like, what am I, allowed to do?
Live your life. Hey man, we're right there at it. Jason's here. It's going to be a few more minutes. What I need to do is just for our investigation, get some pictures of you. We're going to collect your clothing. As soon as that's done, we'll get Jason here to talk to you. All right, man.
What? Wait, the brother as in the brother that they had dead pictures of? I'm sorry.
Alright, so I take it you know what happened.
Yeah.
Wait, this has got to be a different brother. This has to be a different brother. I'm so confused. He had two brothers? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to ask you plain out. You are not part of it anyway.
No.
When's the last time you saw everybody?
Okay, Jesus Christ. That just really fucking threw me for a loop, dude. I thought JCS was messing with me.
I left the house between midnight and 12:30.
I want to believe you, Grant, but you're the last person that I could put in that house. And I know what happened over the last 6 months. Who else can I blame? How are we going to find out who did this?
I don't know. I don't have the answers.
The shit you did, you could have been in jail. You would have been in jail for years.
I know.
And they covered it up for you. I'm scared for you, and I'm scared for myself, and I don't feel comfortable with you being around me alone. I'm sorry.
I understand.
I could take you physically, but if you have a knife or know where a gun is, I'm fucked.
What a weird thing to say. Okay.
I need you to be honest with me, man. I need to have closure. I was told that you would not have access to be able to contact this woman. Why do you feel the intent to still contact her?
It was just the whole emotional thing. I mean, that's all
Okay,
that I can say.
so are you saying that you love the woman?
I feel like I did, yeah.
Okay, you feel like you did, so you don't feel that way now?
Well, I mean, now it's pretty much...
This is a lot of like, this is just a lot to go. Like, this is 6.5 hours. He's like still composed. And he's now being confronted with a family member. Ugh. God, because like bringing a surviving family member in has to add another layer of like, oh God.
I mean, it's not what it used to be, is all I can say.
Because she's aware of what has happened in the last several months.
Right.
It hurt, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't carry that persona that you carried before. I do love you, though. Just remember that. Just like Mom, Cody, and Dad loved you. Nobody loved you any more or any less.
Fuck.
You have anything else you need to talk about before we let you go? Because now's your time. You know that. Like Danny said, once you're
Now's the
out of
time.
here-
It was also your time 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 2 hours ago, an hour and a half ago, 45 minutes ago is your time.
There's no coming back from this. We're giving you every opportunity to tell us what happened in that home that you have not told us. So you're aware that when you leave here, you're not going to have any chance to redeem yourself and tell us the truth after the fact.
I understand.
And you're okay with that. You can live with yourself knowing that you're not going to tell us the truth.
I've said what I can say.
Okay.
You ready, man? Yeah. Question for you real quick. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to hurt anybody else. No suicidal thoughts. Okay, come on, bud.
Grant was arrested 9 hours later at his hotel. His trial began on August 12, 2019.
Grant Amato was so obsessed with this woman. You're going to see from the evidence in this case, at 2:53 a.m. on January 25th, after leaving the house that contained the 3 dead bodies of his family, the defendant goes to a nearby Publix parking lot.
Oh boy.
Logs onto their Wi-Fi and uses his dead brother's USA checking account to pay $599.99 to get onto Sylvie's website at 3:02 in the morning. That's what this case is about. It's about his blind obsession with this woman.
January, coming up on the anniversary. What's up? I wonder what the cam girl's thinking. Well, she probably, actually, was she probably contacted? Probably, right? I imagine.
The end of the world, as he believed it to be, because of his family, and his absolute contempt for those that he held responsible.
She must have been so hot.
The jury find the defendant guilty of first-degree premeditated
I'm sorry.
murder.
Grant Amato was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Wow, what an ending. All right. Well, let's look at the comments. The detective thought the phrase good cop, bad cop meant he was supposed to do a bad job of interrogating the suspect. Definition of down bad? Yeah, seriously. Holy shit, bro. I couldn't even imagine how frustrated the female detective was with the guy screwing over the entire interrogation. How awful for Jason to have lost his entire family due to the actions of a selfish, cold-hearted brother. It's unimaginable what he has gone through. Feels so bad for the dad. His entire life savings is basically in a tissue. The real criminal here is whoever let the detective Dan reach his current position. She spent 4 hours talking to this guy every night. She deserves to keep the money. Fuck. Bro spent his whole life savings for a woman who cares nothing about him. Please, God, don't ever let me get this down bad. I really think Grant is the most cold-blooded killer in all these JCS videos. Literally stole from his family and killed them because they were trying to make him just a little bit less of a horrible person. Grant takes the word simp to a whole new level. It's so sad that Grant killed his family and they really sounded like great people who loved him and just wanted them to do the right thing. It's a shame he wasn't sentenced to death. Jesus. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, let's get back to building this monorail, shall we?